Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Kaon season 2 episode number 18 reaction. Okay, the previous episode it was an interesting episode. It had two sections. The first section was the club temporarily losing their place to do music because it was under renovation and they tried out different places to do music but weren't able to do it properly, and by the end of it realized how you don't understand the worth of something when you have it, and how they really needed their club room. And that kind of extends in the later half, where we also get to see how Yui realizes when Ui gets sick, how she always has taken her what she does for her for granted, and now she's realizing that how much she does for her. And that kind of gives her inspiration to write a song about Yui and herself, like you and I. And it's going to be used as the song that they'll use in the concert in the future. So yeah, let's see what happens in this episode. This is episode number 18. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here, sync it to whichever is your preference. And let's start. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Right. Two times? What's happening? Oh, wait. Oh. Wow. Because obviously has social anxiety. Yeah. Oh god, she's gonna have a hard time. She's the last person that would want to go on stage and act a play in front of, I don't know, hundreds of students. Oh boy. Hmm. Hmm. Leading role. Oh boy. I opt. Yeah. You know what? Understandable. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Romeo. Yo, that's not Romeo. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's funny. She's probably the, yeah, the second. Ooh. Ah. Who? Who is Ichigo? Oh, this girl. What? I was like, what's she saying? Yeah. Yeah, Mugi. Okay, this girl in her head. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Where was she even sitting? She... Wow. What is Aziz's class doing? Wait, what are the others doing? What's Yui doing? Oh my god. Yeah, what's she doing? Yes, that makes sense. G, oh my god. Probably. Yeah, for Yui, I guess. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, more pressure. She doesn't want that. She doesn't want that, actually. She wants to. She's the last one to want that. Yo. Oh no. I'm. I'm moving away. What? Okay. Wow. My. Yeah. Yo, Ryu is still standing there. Okay. Well, Yui is pretty doing pretty well as a tree, you can see. Hmm. If you insist. Hmm. Yeah. Wow. That was bad. She's like reading from the book. Okay. And they need to memorize all of this. That's even crazier. Wow. Well, yes. Wow. Yeah, both of them, Ritsu as well. Like, Hmm. Wow. Okay, she cannot read properly. Oh, because it's Shakespeare. That makes sense. What the hell? Well, yeah, that's Shakespeare. Oh my god. I just realized, yeah, it's Shakespearean, so the words will be difficult. That's why she's taking so long to read. Wow. Okay, I don't think it's going to be anything good. Mm, yes. Yeah, not like that. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Wow. um, I. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess. I don't think she'll agree with that. What the? Yeah. Fine by me? Okay. Wow. Oh no. Oh my god. What? Don't talk like that. Those Zamasu. Alright. I feel like they need to get used to like the way the language plays out first. Wow. Hey yo, he's eavesdropping. Okay, that's good, but wow. Yeah, but I don't know. Oh, there you go. You're kind of doing it properly, kind of. You guys are doing it. I guess. No, probably not. You know what? Just yeah, you guys are doing. That's what I'm saying. So they're imagining how the other person would do it, and that's how they're accomplishing it. That's kind of interesting. Like Neo's like, oh, if you were Roma, you would have done it like this. Okay, this is a lot better. Yeah, that's what I said. That's interesting. So confusing. What? Yeah, but he's her anxiety. Hey, yo, Yui. Ye- yeah. Okay, this is too noisy. Yeah. Yeah. How do you do that? Oh no. What? Okay. It's going with something crazy. Wow, everyone was in sync. Wow. Yay. Wait, what? That's a cafe? What the? Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. Yeah, yeah, that's a very good idea. That'll help her a lot, I guess. Kind of. Oh boy, Mio will be paranoid. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah. Wow. Wait. I just realized she said waste. Oh, that's funny. Wait, who the hell? Yo, that's a butler or something. Okay. There you go. Nice. Okay. Wow. Yeah. What about Mio? Oh no, she probably ran away or something. Yo, imagine her running away. Oh, there she is. This is a big cafe. What is this? Looks like a mansion. Yeah, exactly. She'll be the main person in charge. True. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. No. Okay. Hello? The, what the? Okay. Yo. Yeah, why? No. Oh my god. Wait, what? There's a pen. There's a pen. Oh my god. Oh. Oh boy. Hmm. No, I don't think that's a good idea. Wow. Yeah, that's her friends. Yeah, uh, wow. Debuff. Yeah, I guess. Oh. Mule's face. Yeah, like she herself, let her do it herself. No one will help her. Only her. That'll be a pinch. Yeah, that'll be a pinch. Okay. Wow. Ah, that makes sense. Okay, the price. How much does it cost? Probably not. Downing. Probably not. But she needs to go through this. Okay, there you go. She's doing it properly now. Yes. Or maybe she's faking everything. Okay, she was in pressure. She's probably going to collapse now. She's going to collapse now. Oh my god. She's unconscious. Oh. Oh no. Oh, there you go. Yes. Yeah. Oh, it's stuck. Wow. Yeah. Everyone's looking at them. Oh my god. What? Yeah. Doubling. Wow. And she's doing her tree impression. Wow. Okay, trees don't talk. Okay. Wow. All right, this should be interesting. I'm looking forward to the Romeo and Juliet play. I don't know what's going to happen there, but it should be fun. Hmm. That is it. All right. That was a great episode. So, overall, this was an episode which introduced a new thing, which is the whole play, Romeo and Juliet play. I wasn't expecting this, and like I'm kind of looking forward to this now. Like the way this whole thing is going, it'll be funny to see them on stage, and like with their usual shenanigans. And yeah, hopefully this will probably be a good, I guess you could say, opportunity for Mio to at least momentarily break out of her shell, because like this was always a thing, like the whole her, as like it was the section where Ritsu kind of said that she's usually, when she's playing in front of others, her attentiveness and her bass playing ability lowers by half at least, because of her social anxiety. And if she's able to pull this off, this whole Romeo and Juliet act, and she gets better at, like like being in front of people, this will help, I guess, elevate her music, her bass playing abilities in front of people, and which eventually will be a big boost to the actual concerts where she'll, like play and everything. um but I guess Risu did say that in usual concerts she's not really that, like troubled, because she's in a pinch and she gives her all over there, and she's like, oh, I have to do this, like the adrenaline rush kind of rushes in, and she like does it like that. But it is going to help definitely, because her being in a band and playing in front of other people, one of the biggest things that you need to get used to in that type of situation is being in front of people and playing in front of people. Stage fright is a big hindrance in people like me, or who will be playing in a band. So yeah, this will probably help a lot. I think so, at least. You know. And yeah, so it's good that she's the one who will be doing the play, and she'll have to get used to this. And okay, and I like this episode was fully like a, I guess you could say, Rio, god damn it, a Mio and Ritsu episode, and how Mio could, like an attempt for Mio to break out of her anxiety, at least little by little, so that she can play in front of others, uh, the play in itself and the concert as well. And yeah, this is stressful for Mio, but hopefully everything, by the end of it, everything becomes better. I love how I love how they made Yui a tree. And she's just practicing to be a tree, and she's kind of doing it well. She's actually pulling it off, like kind of staying still and everything. And Mio's the story writer. I'm guessing that's what they said. And Sawa Sensei will be the costume designer. So we can expect good things there. And I don't know what Nodoka's in their class, aren't isn't she? I kind of forgot. I think so, yeah. So I'm guessing Nodoka, being the student council, she probably won't be able to participate in the school play. She has a lot of other stuff to do, like like other like important stuff, um, like in the management department. But other than that, everyone's somehow involved. I would have liked if, like if Yui or Mio were actually doing a different, like role. Like maybe Mugi could have. She is the story writer, but I would have loved to see them acting, like in the play as well. But nothing you can do about it. Yui is kind of acting, but she's actually a tree, so I doubt she's going to be doing anything. So yeah, like, but at least we have Mio and Ritsu actually participating in the play, and they're like the main characters there, so that's good. um yeah, so let's wait and see what happens. And also we got to see Mio, like acting out, like kind of doing a little part-time job, which would help her get better in being in front of people. Yeah, she did it, but it's still, by the end of it, she just winged it by the end of it. But still, she was able to do it, so that's a good thing, positive point. I'm sure now that they have increased their times, practicing time to double, they will show results now, and like, I'm just talking about Mio. Ritsu also has a problem, which is Ritsu's problem will be to actually memorize everything and properly act it out. because obviously, like, where our main focus is shifting on Mio, because Mio is the one who's having the most trouble in this because of her social anxiety. But we shouldn't forget that Ritsu is also kind of in trouble, because this is the first time she's acting, and remembering the Shakespearean language is pretty difficult. Like the way they say, like Tao, and like that like the way Shakespeare writes, like his thing. So like, how art thou, or something like that, like how are you, and like it has like a different way. I've read Shakespeare, like it was actually part of my syllabus in school. Like we had to read As You Like It in the original Shakespearean, like language. And I remember reading and learning it, and we actually had to write it exactly the way Shakespeare writes it. So we cannot use our own words to describe and answer the questions in the tests. We had to write in the way Shakespeare would write. So using the Shakespearean language, we had to write the answers. And I know how difficult it is. Like I was pretty good at English, and I was pretty good at stuff like, like writing questions and answers. Like I like English language was always kind of my, I guess you could say, a positive, thing. I was very good at English in school. And I read the Shakespearean language, and I was like, what the hell is this? How can someone write like this? But I got used to it, obviously. Like, so I know how difficult it is to read. Like you have to like read it like you're reading for the first time. I have to like listen, like look at every single letter and sentence, and like how Risu was reading. At first, I didn't understand why they were reading like that. I'm like, what? She cannot read or something? What's happening? But then I realized like it's in the Shakespearean language, like that complicated way. And I'm like, okay, that makes so much sense, because yeah, I remember it's very difficult, and to memorize it and like kind of play it, that's going to be tough. And they don't even have much time. I remember it taking a long amount of time to actually getting used to the way Shakespeare writes, to get used to his style of writing. It took me at least like 1 or 2 months to get used to it, and then have to do it like within 7 days or something. I don't know how many days they have. So yeah, this is gonna be difficult. Okay, so anyways, let's talk about this episode step by step. So at the beginning, we get to see them doing a little vote as to who's going to be who in the play, and Mio won by a lot. And I can think the second most popular one was Ritsu, I think. So it's so funny, because here you can see, first of all, Mio, as soon as Mio realizes that she's the one who has won and she'll have to do Romeo, she goes full unconscious. Sitting down. Oh my god. And I love the fact that at first Ritsu was like, oh, you'll be Romeo, like, that's so nice, that's so good. And then when everyone was like, oh, and then Mio's like, oh no, let Ritsu be Romeo. And they were like, and Nodoka's like, oh no, like Ritsu cannot be Romeo because she is playing Juliet. And Ritsu's like, wait, what? I'm playing what? And I can't do that. And she's like, I've never acted. And both of them object to their role, but everyone was like, oh no, please, like, Mio, please try to be Romeo, like, and like high popularity. Both of them are so popular that they have to do it. And it's so funny to see, because in the end, when Ritsu's like, okay, you know what, Mio's being Romeo, scratch that. What about me? Like, I cannot be Juliet. Someone else, please be Juliet. Like, what about you? And she like brings out a few of the names, and they were like, no, I cannot do it. And then there was like the final girl who was like, yeah, like, I guess I can, but I don't think I should. And this is like, why? And everyone was like, because, it's Mio. Like, you're the one who's perfect to be Juliet if Mio's being Romeo. So we cannot really take that position. And this is like, what the hell? What? And I love how Mugi gets fired up here. Mugi's like, yes, I'm going to write the screenplay even better now. Oh god. And this was like, so basically the main reason why everyone like rejected to be Juliet was because Mio's being Romeo. And I've seen this before as well in the previous one of the episodes, where I remember when they were trying to like get more people in the club, and they tried their best, but nobody was like, like coming, and like nobody was joining, and everyone was like so confused. They were like, what's going on? We're pretty popular in school, everyone loves us, so why is nobody joining? Is there nobody here who wants to play in a band? And then later on, they realized when the students themselves told them, when their friends told them, that, oh, we are just not joining because we don't want to break your group. We don't want to intrude in your space. You five, five of you are the best when it's five of you. Anyone else intruding from the outside will break that whole thing. And we don't want that. You guys are better on your own. So even if there's someone who would want to join a band group in the K-On Club, they wouldn't, because they just love their group and their chemistry and their dynamic, and they don't want to break it, or they don't want anyone to intrude in that. That was the main reason why they never joined their club. And this is the same thing that's happening here again, where since it's Mio, everyone's like, oh no, we shouldn't really do it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people here who would want to play Juliet and who can play Juliet, but they don't, and they don't want to, because Mio's Romeo, so everyone's like, yeah, Ritsu will be Juliet. There's no other way. Nobody else can intrude on this. And that's so funny, because the group is literally what can I say? It's funny seeing how everyone in the school probably sees their group as a thing, an actual group, and they know that nobody should intrude in this, because we just love them. We just love the five of them. We don't want anyone else intruding in that group. And everyone knows that, and everyone accepts that, and everyone tries to support that. And that's the whole thing. And same with Mio and Ritsu, I guess. And since they're mostly a combi, they're childhood friends, they've known each other for so long, everyone's like, yeah, if it's Mio, then Juliet is definitely going to be Ritsu. No other way. Even if I can do it, I won't, because I don't want to intrude in that whole thing, in that combi. Oh boy, at first I was like, why did she say it's Mio, that's why it won't be Juliet? And then I realized when she explained that, oh, that is fine. I'm like, okay, that makes so much sense. But anyways, so there you go, that's that. And Sawa-sensei is like, oh, I'll be the costume designer, and and everything's fine, and Mugi is the narrator, not narrator, sorry, the story writer, and Ritsu, Yui is a tree, perfect. So they go to their club, and Azusa gets to know what's happening, and Azusa's like, oh wait, so Mio's being Romeo, okay, who's Juliet? And they're like, oh, Ritsu, and she's like, oh, okay, and she starts giggling. And this is like, why are you giggling? Oh boy. Okay, so, and Mio's gone completely, just, shut herself down. She's just looking at Tonchan's aquarium, and just, so yeah. Now, this part is funny, where Mio's like, okay, I just realized I actually need to transfer schools. I'm going away. I'll be back after the whole vacation and everything. I'll be back. So goodbye, guys. And she tries to leave, and they're like, stop it. What about the concert? And she's like, oh wait, it was a dream. Oh yeah, I was dreaming. Silly me. How can I be Romeo? Oh god. And she's like, oh, let's practice. That was a dream. I'm pretty sure of it. So let's practice. And Ritsu's like, shut up. Stop fantasizing. Come on. Let's practice. While Yui is just being a tree, just standing there and doing good. So Mio goes to Nodoka, and Mio's like, I love how both of them went there to say that, oh, we cannot do it, and by the end of it gets convinced that they can do it, because she goes to Nodoka and she's like, yeah, we cannot really do it. Can we change our role to someone else? And Nodoka's like, okay, I can see you're having trouble, if you really insist, I can reconsider, but all these people, look at them, they're doing it because they want to see you guys perform together, and so much expectation. So I hope you can think about that, and if you really want to reconsider after that, then okay, I'll change your thing. And the way she kind of said that whole thing, it was so convincing. Mio looks at everyone. Mio's like, you know what? Okay, fine. And everyone knows Mio's popularity is high. She has a literal fan club. And there's a few of the girls here. They were like, oh, I can't wait to see Mio in the on stage, as Romeo. And they're just so excited. So by the end, Mio was like, all right, you know what? Fine. So many people are excited about this. So let me not just intrude on that. So they start their play practicing, and I love how Mugi just wants to say cut, and she's just doing that. While they're trying their best to read, but they cannot read because it's the, like, Shakespearean language is just that, like that. And Ritsu's like, until the morrow. Oh boy, and Ritsu gets pissed off. Yosu's like, what the hell is this? And while Mio's just like trying to read and getting embarrassed. Either way, it's difficult for both of them, so they're there in the club, and Yui has a good idea. Yui's like, why don't you guys try to act like you don't act? Like from here onwards, Risu will try to act like a lady, like a lady acts, like, with grace and like elegance, like that. While Mio will be a lot more rough, so complete opposite to their personalities. So, which I guess it was a good idea, but it at the long run it didn't really work. Because at first they were like, yeah, it kind of seems nice, like, that might work. So Ritsu, like when she was like trying to grab the cup like she does, and the way she talks in a rough manner, she's like, oh, stop that, don't do that, like, we have to with both your hands, and talk in a better, like, in a more elegant way, tuck your shirt underneath your, underneath your skirt, and like, cover up your, like the blazer, just button it up, while Mio do the opposite. And Ritsu's not used to it, Mio's not used to it, both of them are having trouble, and they're like going, and both of them are so like, like bothered by this. And in the end, Mio's like, come on, Ritsu, like, do you really want to do this? Like, can't we just, like, just tell them that no, we cannot, like, we can bail now if we want to. But Ritsu's competitive. She's like, we'll show them, like, don't worry, come on, let's go, let's practice. And she goes to her house. I love how her brother, I think his name is Satoshi, he's like, what are you guys doing? And she's like, oh, we're doing a play, so don't come to our room. And he's like, all right, what are you playing, sister? And she's like, oh, I'm playing Juliet. And she starts laughing. Like, just throws up all the cola that he was drinking. Oh my god. And yeah, and in their room they're trying their best, but it's not working. Listening to Ritsu try to do her lines, Mio's just bursting out laughing, while outside Satoshi is also bursting out laughing. But either way, it's kind of like, difficult. So here, okay, so here they kind of say, like, wait a minute, why don't you do Juliet? Or why don't you do, like, they're like, this is like, why don't you do Juliet? I think that will be better. And Mio's like, yeah, and I think Romeo would be better for you. And here, they try to act out how the other would act. So basically, Mio's like, alright, I feel like you would be good here, because if you were Romeo, you'd probably say something like this. And she kind of like, narrates the whole thing in a way that Ritsu would narrate. But Ritsu's like, yeah, and I think you would act like this. And she does her lines, imagining how Mio would say it. And then they're like, wait a minute, this works. Let us just imagine how the other person would say it. And I guess I can see the like it does make sense, kind of, because you're trying to mimic the other person, so you're acting as if someone else, and that's why social anxiety or anything like that is not hitting you. Like, like, I don't know, like actors, they try to, like, there's like so many actors you see who in on screen you see them acting and you have like an expectation of their personality, and you're like, oh, this person is like this. But then when you meet them in like behind the scenes, or like, like when they're not acting, you see them and you realize, like, wait a minute, this person is exactly the opposite of what I thought he would be. In while acting, he's like this rough and tough, like brash, rough type of a person, and like very like, like crude, vulgar. While when you're seeing the person when he's not acting and who's like sitting down, he's like one of the most politest person and very nice and very like soft spoken. And you're like, damn, like, I've been seeing this person on screen for so many years. I had expectation of his personality being like this, but now that I'm looking at him, he's not like that. So how can actors do like that? Because on stage they act like someone else. That's why I feel like a lot of actors are able to conquer their anxiety, because I'm pretty sure everyone, everyone, even if it's like one of the like most confident person on stage in front of so many people, I'm pretty sure everyone has a certain degree of stage fright and social anxiety. I'm sure everyone has that. So how can they conquer that? Like by acting like someone else. Like you are not playing the play, someone else is doing it. You kind of imagine yourself not playing the play, but you act as if someone else is doing it. So I think like the same logic kind of hits here. The reason why they're not getting getting socially anxious, because Mio is thinking that this is Ritsu doing it and this is how Ritsu would do it. So while she's saying her lines, she's not Mio on stage, she's Ritsu on stage. While Ritsu is doing it as if Mio would do it, and on stage she's not Ritsu but she's Mio. Each are imagining what the other would do, and they're acting their part, and that's why they are not on the stage. It's someone else, and that's why the social anxiety is not hitting them, because they're not on stage. Nothing to worry about. They're acting as if it's the other person. I don't know, if you try to act like yourself on stage, it's very difficult. But if you act out someone else, or if you try to be someone else, I feel like it's a lot easier to do it. I don't know, this is what I think. I feel like this is a very interesting thing, because acting does that to you. You play the role of someone else, and it's easier to do that, while it's difficult to do the same if you're being yourself on stage. I don't know, that's just how I envision it, and that's what happened here, I think. And they are they go on stage in the next day at class, and they're practicing, and they kind of explain to everyone oh, this is what we're doing. I'm imagining to be her, and she's imagining to be me, and they're like, how overcomplicated this is. But anyways, Mio is still having trouble. So Ritsu's kind of used to it now, but Mio's still having trouble, and they're we have to do something about stage fright. So they're like, what should we do? And Ritsu's like, you played pretty nicely yesterday. And she's like, oh, because it was you were only there. And then Mio's like, okay, let me think, and let me imagine that everyone here is Ritsu. And by then she was like, you know what, I'm kind of pissed. Thinking everyone is Ritsu is pissing me off. And then after that she's like, then what do we do? And yeah, so I think Mugi was the one who had the idea. Mugi's like, I have a good plan, come with me. So they go to do a part-time job here in a cafe, and everyone's wearing maid outfit, and they'll have to do and be waitresses. So obviously Mio's having a panic attack here. He's just I cannot do this. Not only am I going to be going to be a waitress, I have to wear this dress in front of everyone, the maid dress. So she's full on panic mode. While over there, Yui and Azusa kind of act out how they're going to act in front of others. Oh, welcome. What do you want? With a nice smile. And they're like, oh, Ritsu, you do it. Not Ritsu. Yeah, Ritsu, you do it. Ritsu tries to smile like that, but it's awkward, and everyone just laughs. While over there, Mio's just hiding. So, they're like, this is a practice for you. You have to go. You cannot stay back. So when the customers start coming, Mio goes, and Mio just panics so hard. She's just standing there, and she's like, I think, what did she say? See you later or something? No, wait. Wait a minute. She's like, have a nice day. Okay. Ittekimasu. No, sorry. Itterashaimasu. Sorry. So the customers, they're like, what? And then they're like, oh, she must be nervous, probably first time. And they're like, okay, don't worry, and they kind of start ordering. And she's like, okay, let me bring out my pen. And she doesn't have her pen, and she's like, where's my pen? And they're like, it's fine, take it easy. It's so nice to see people being so cooperative. It's not like this in real world. People will just be mad and just scream at you if you take this long in front of a customer. This world is so nice. I've seen every people try to help these girls whenever they're in this type of situation. In real world, this is not reality. Good God, reality is so much more worse. Like if someone like acts like this and like is very socially anxious, I'm pretty sure 50% of the time the customer will be pissed off and they'll be like, what the hell is this? Like you can't even do it properly or something like that. 50% of the time, not all of the time. But people are nice, so nice over here in this anime. Every person is so supportive, and I'm like, wow, this is what utopia is like. Like everyone's so nice. Oh boy. But anyways, right. So she's like, oh, Yui, like give me a pen, and he's like, oh, I have cheese, and she's like, what the hell is that? What will I do with that? And she's like, oh, actually, this isn't a cheese, it's a pen. This part is really funny. I'm like, what the hell? And everyone's like laughing and giggling seeing that. And yeah, and they're like, oh, they must be high school students, they're probably the first time, like, and Mio's like, oh, like, like, I'm sorry for the wait, and everyone's like, yeah, it's fine, don't worry, take it easy. And I'm like, wow, these people are so nice. This isn't reality. Reality is not like this. But anyways, yeah, so Mio's still kind of like very anxious. So Mugi's like, okay, why don't, like, you can, like, why don't you try to think as if they're your friends? Mio tries to do that, but Mio's like, oh, like, it's not working, it's just pissing me off. So Azusa asks an interesting question. Azusa's like, how can she play in front of so many people in concerts? She's fine in front of the people in concerts. And Ritsu's like, oh, because she is in a situation where she cannot back down from. She's in a pinch. So she just wings it. And then Ritsu's like, all right, maybe we can do that here as well. So they're like, they have a plan and they're like, all right, let's do this. So later on, when they're going to take a break, everyone's like, oh, Mio, you handle it. We'll be in the background. You can handle it alone. Puts her in the spot, and they're just having tea and everything. And later on, when they go and see Mio, like, kind of doing it, she's kind of doing it nicely. And this is like, see, I told you, like, whenever she's in a difficult situation, she kind of does it, and it works out. And you can see, like, Mio's like, oh, thank you for coming, like, have a nice day. And the final customer leaves, and they're like, Mio, good job. And Mio's like, just standing there. Everyone's like, what's going on? She has passed out. I love the fact that the next day, Mio's like smiling and everything in class, and they're like, oh, so you were able to conquer your social anxiety? And she's like, no, I'm just stuck like this. My face is stuck. You know what? I feel like it's like, her face even got more stuck because he passed out in that way. She was like smiling like that while she passed out, and it was like that. So it actually got stuck. Her face got stuck like that, just smiling like that. And this is like, alright, let me try it. And she just starts like, I don't know, like pinching her cheek and everything. And then she's like, oh, it fixed itself. Nice. But anyways, so this is like, so now what? Have you conquered your whole like stage fright? And she's like, oh no, obviously not. Like, that and this is different. This is like, all right then, let's practice more. We're doubling our practice time. And we see Azusa just there trying to practice in the club while Yui's just standing there as a tree. And yeah, so let's see what happens. This was a really nice episode. I'm looking forward to the play. So that is it. That's my reaction to episode number 18 of K-On! Season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of K-On! Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.